Welcome back to another Palmware Central podcast episode. I am one of your hosts, Unkle AK, and I got Hannah with me, my co-host. What's up, girl? How you doing? How you feeling? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I'm good. Since our good one, Miss Tutu, is not here, I'm gonna say her line. We can wrap this week up and get to Friday. I'm ready. Well, okay. It's a good week, but I had to work this past weekend, so I feel like I'm ready to get to a weekend of rest. But other than that, it's been good.
Well, you guys always talk about this. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. You're wrapping it up with a 2.5 hour weekend to get right back to it again. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
that works. I'm with it.
Still worth it. The weekend's still worth it.
Well, how's the start of the week been? Since you want to wrap it up so much, what has really been so busy about a week?
Lots of meetings, like lots of just back-to-back appointments. Just a lot on my plate right now. We're down a PT because they're on vacation, which is great for them. But just it increases the workload and yeah, so just a lot of stuff going on. How about you? How are you?
Great. But before, get into that, I was going to say it's not easy to get the doctor title. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure you went through a lot of reading and a lot of homeworks and everything to get that title. The good Lord gave you the powers. I mean, he enabled you with the tools to be able to withstand this moment right now. So,
Sure.
kudos to you. Yeah. We have faith in you. We believe in you,
Yeah.
Yeah. Just keep, serving the community, making sure that, the people who come to you with their brain injury, brain.
Yeah, I get them. Brain
All of them, bone injury, all of them people, they come out pretty straight, what I mean? Because, as far as I'm concerned, I am good. Well, not as far as I'm concerned. As far as I am, concerned, I am good. It's Tuesday, another day, ordained by the Lord. It's Holy Week, by the way. One of my favorite times. Yeah, one of my favorite times. Are we clapping for the death of Jesus?
Because he has risen.
Let's clap. It's time.
Because he overcame death. Don't try to play me.
No, I was asking myself a question for a second. It wasn't even about you because I was going to clap too. But yeah, one of my favorite weeks of the year, the Holy Week, from Thursday all the way to Easter. Yeah.
What is it special that you do from Thursday to Easter that makes it so?
So it actually starts on, Lent is 40 days, and then the end of Lent is when Jesus came, went into Jerusalem, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, he walked. People put their loins on the floor for him to walk through. He came in, on the donkey. Palm Sunday. You know what I'm saying? He starts there, and then on Thursday you have the Last Supper that he shared, with his apostles, and then Friday, Good Friday, when he died, and then Good Friday leads you to Easter Vigil. We call it Holy Saturday too, Easter Vigil, and then Easter. So Thursday, Passover. On Friday, the King of the Man. Saturday, Passover. Saturday, Easter Vigil, and then Sunday, Resurrection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, something like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's pretty fun.
Or anything? Huh? Are you doing a dinner or anything? Meeting up with family?
I mean, normally on Thursday, during the Last Supper church service is when, after the church service, they strip the altar bare. And then usually you have prayers all night in church. And then you go home at some wee hours in the morning, you shower, rest a little bit, and you're back again in church where you normally carry the cross around the city, the Stations of the Cross. Like normally during the 40 days, you do it within the church. But that one day on Good Friday, you take it around the city, and then you bring it back. Then you have your Good Friday Mass, Mass, and then Easter Vigil. Easter Vigil is when, they do the candles, the light and the candles and everything. I don't know, man. You have to experience it all. It's just, it's a different type of feeling, man. I don't know. It's just all feeling, but yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
I used to be an altar boy, so, it's so different too when you like right there in action, it's like you're right there, you're not somewhere back far there, somewhere there. No, you have to be paying attention. So yeah.
You ever miss being an altar boy?
No. It was a time, it was a point in time, and that serves this thing, and that's that. Yeah. No.
All right, y'all. So this Tuesday is actually the last Tuesday of Women's History Month. So we have one more shout out. This week we are doing Miss Septima Clark. So Septima Clark was a fearless educator and civil rights leader who understood that literacy could change lives. Often called the mother of the movement, she built citizenship schools that taught Black adults in the South how to read, understand civics, and pass voter registration tests, opening the door for thousands to finally claim their voice at the voting ballot box. Man, I can't read. She also pushed back against sexism in the movement, making sure Black women's leadership was a part of the story. Her work showed that education could be a tool for freedom, and she became one of the most important behind the scenes architects of the civil rights movement. And that is Septima Clark. And then I do quickly have just a couple like fun facts again for some pop culture references. So Hattie McDaniel, she was the first Black person to win an Academy Award. Halle Berry was the first Black woman to win an Oscar for Best Actress. Whoopi Goldberg, I cannot read today. Whoopi Goldberg was one of the first Black women to achieve the EGOT status. So that's winning an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and a Tony. And Lena Horne was the first Black woman to sign a long-term contract with a major Hollywood studio. Just some fun facts.
All these fun facts.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. You did your thing for the Women's History Month. Let's hear it for you. Let's hear it for you. Applaud well. Yeah. You did your thing, man. Shout out to all the women out there. Shout out to you.
There's all the inspirational people who have paved the way for us women. Hopefully we will not go back and your sacrifices weren't in vain. But we do appreciate all that you do and your stories are not forgotten.
Amen. Now let's get into the show. We got a great one for y'all, man. We have a great lineup for you guys. Stick with us. We'll start like this, man. I know some of y'all seen this clip online on your socials. For those who are on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff. And it's the fan that was kissing Chris Brown during one of his concerts. You will see the video of someone on the screen. You'll be playing right on the screen, like tongue and everything. And he backed up at some point, I'm pretty sure. But apparently, allegedly, they say husband was in the stands. And you're doing that.
Yeah.
What's your take to it, Hannah? What's your take? Let's hear it. What's your take?
All right. So my take, it's not for me. I don't think that there should be a pass for a celebrity versus a regular person. No, I think if you are married and you have vows, you are with that person. Now, every marriage is different, and let me not be the one to judge your marriage. So if y'all have talked about who gets a pass, that's y'all's business, right? But for me, it's a nah. I find it very disrespectful, even if you do have a pass, to do something like that, to do it in front of your partner. That's crazy. That's wild. At first, I heard that he was mad, like really mad about it. And then I heard that he was like backtracking. He's like, no, it's cool. Like, I mean, it's Chris Brown, so it doesn't mean anything. What you gotta say, okay?
First of all, the whole backtracking thing, I said, it's Chris Brown. That's some sucker shit, bro. You know, that's some sucker shit, bro. Like, I don't know the definition of I don't know what a simp, but I'll use you as a definition for that if you say it's Chris Brown, bro. Like, what do you mean it's Chris Brown? He's a regular human being like everybody else, if you ask me. Very regular. You know, the only difference is he got an art that, you know, he's been able to make money off of it. He's still a regular human being. That does not excuse your wife, allegedly again, to be on stage sticking her tongue out like she's Venom. Like, what's going on?
Like, and okay, so you get pulled up on stage. First of all, like, you feel comfortable leaving your husband right there while you get pulled up on stage, okay? Then, like, yes, in your head, you're like, this is a one-in-a-lifetime experience. This is Chris Brown. So you're, like, trying to, like, eat the moment up, but you're also in front of all these people watching you. Again, your husband right there in the audience, like grinding up on this man, and then not only to kiss him, but to like have tongue and to lick him, and just to be like overly, I don't know, I just feel like that's That's some cojones. That's some balls right there. Because and then what do you? So then you get pulled off stage. You go back, and then you're like, what is it? You're with your husband. You look at him. He looks at you. Go brush your teeth. Like, what do you do? What's the car ride home like? What's the next like romantic session that y'all have to like? In my head now, I'm like, are you thinking about Chris Brown? When I kiss you, when you lick my face now, are you licking Chris Brown? I don't know. I don't need those problems in my marriage. I really don't. I really don't. And then, okay, so she does that on stage, right? He goes out with his boys. Maybe they go to like, I don't know, a strip club or something. He gets drunk and he kisses a stripper and comes home and he's like, babe, I kissed a stripper. Is she mad now?
But the stripper's not famous.
She could be. They could be in Atlanta. She could be the most, yeah. I don't know.
Can you name me a most famous stripper,
I don't know strippers, but I'm saying she could be an expert in her field, in her craft. Just like Chris Brown is an expert in his craft, she could do the damn thing. She could be an expert in her field. And here the husband got swept up in the moment, just like his wife did at the concert. Got pulled up on stage, just like wife did at the concert, and happened to do a little tongue and a little kiss. Is that the same?
Now, see, there's a difference between being put on stage and you just dancing. So you're being put on stage and you're acting a fool.
Well, in both cases, they would act a fool, right? I'm saying, like, at the strip club, he would get pulled on stage, he would get swept up in the moment, and he would tongue kiss the stripper too.
Nah,
Like,
both fall for that. Both fall for that, man. Nah. But all I know is, let no woman ever do that kind of thing and tell me, oh, it's my dream come true. I've always wanted to meet Chris Brown. Oh my God. Chris Brown kill you there. Are you mad? Now, what kind of nonsense is that? What kind of disgrace is that? Not just disgrace, but you don't have
I guess he wanted to like meet a celebrity, right? I'm not gonna knock people who want to meet celebrities.
That's just total nonsense.
What?
Have some respect for yourself. Have some dignity.
To want to meet them or to be kissing them?
We're kissing them. Matter of fact, see, let me say this. Let me say this. It is just a very unpopular opinion. If a celebrity passes here and your number one instinct is to jump like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I just look at you sideways like, attention.
That's because you're you. I'm not going to lie. If a celebrity passes, it depends on who the celebrity is. I might be like, oh my God, wait, is that so-and-so? Dang, that's so-and-so. That's so cool. Like, I'm not going to say I'm not going to be hyped.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't be hyped, okay? I'm saying that if you are so hyped that you almost can damn near shit yourself, or you can jump out of your shoes. The shoes that you put on, you took 5 minutes to put on, but you could damn near just jump out of them just like that, just because you've seen a celebrity.
Oh, no.
Your voice changes from what it is right now to it's like very spiky. Nah, there's a problem because to me, I'm also looking at like, none of your parents came. I mean, I see your parents walk past here. You never had that reaction. But celebrity walk past, you are jumping like that. Like, what kind of nonsense is that? The people who have fed you, put clothes on your body, made sure that you were good your entire life. When they pass, you don't have that reaction. But somebody that has never helped you a day in your life, maybe only through music, that you say, oh, this put me through school. Nonsense. That's the one you'll be hyped up for. You are mad to tell me that I don't know, it's because it's just you.
No. I'm going to say, okay, I guess I was imagining too, like, I see where you're coming from. I do see where you're coming from. I'm going to be hyped if I see a celebrity like walking past, right? I would be even more nervous if I got to like meet that celebrity though. So like if it was like a one-on-one, right? Especially like a business mogul, it doesn't, I'm not talking about like singers and rappers. Okay, like cool, right? But like if it's like somebody who like could actually change my life, like this is like gems, nuggets, like I'm not gonna pretend I'm not gonna be like jumping out of my shoes, but I'm gonna be like sweating, nervous, like, okay, this is my chance, like.
Okay, let me ask you this. Fine. Let me ask you this. Let's say, for example, Viola Davis, right? No.
Viola Davis?
Yeah, Viola Davis. What I say?
Ooh.
Viola Davis, right? Let's say Viola Davis or Shonda Rhimes, right? Okay, no, not Shonda Rhimes. Okay, Viola Davis.
I mean, like, she's cool. She's cool.
She's cool. Well, give me your top three real quick.
I don't have one. Go ahead. We'll take your.
Viola Davis, right? Walks in the room, and you're in the same room, and you're like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. And she magically stands in front of you and she says, hi, what's your name? He'd be like, I'm Hannah. What are you doing next? Please tell me.
I have no idea. Probably would be tongue-tied. Knowing myself, I'd be like, I don't know. I'd probably ask like a weird, not a weird question, but it'd be like a random question that she'd be like, what is wrong with this girl? Like, I don't know. I just wouldn't, I don't think I would be like, oh, hey, Miss Davis, how are you doing? What brings you here? Like, I know you probably would be like a cool as a cucumber. I would probably be like tongue tied and be like, I can't believe you're here. Like, I'd probably be like dumbfounded, is what it is. I know she's a person, but like, I just don't feel like I'm not in an area where you would run into celebrities, right? So it's almost like, what are you doing here? And I'm not trying to like put them on a pedestal, but I'm also like, knowing sometimes the lives that celebrities live, sometimes it does seem like we're not in the same league at all. You know what I mean? So when you see somebody that you don't feel like is in your league, presently in your space, like I do feel like it's a natural reaction to be like surprised or like, whoa, this is crazy. What are
Okay.
you saying if like Jay-Z, Kanye comes up to you and they're like, hey, AK, I heard your podcast.
Well,
How
what
can
do
I
you think?
start?
Or, I mean, okay,
Like dope.
which one? Which one stood out the most to you? I'm pretty sure that there was something, one of them that you probably thought, if they did something like this, it would have been a lot better, or criticize the show. I'm always prepared, for moments like that. Right? Yeah, I'm always prepared. The reason why
I'm not prepared.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody needs to be able to just compose yourself and start thinking like, okay, what if like this is my own opportunity
Yeah.
to talk to this person? Then what?
Everybody needs like an elevator pitch about themselves, which is like, what is it, like a 15 and something second little blurb that like, kind of just hits
Mm-hmm.
the
I
big.
totally agree. I totally agree. Should definitely work on that, and
Yeah,
we should definitely deliver that in some episode. Yeah, definitely.
that would be good.
Yeah, it sure will be.
Or somebody. Yeah.
But more of the story is, to make bring full circle is,
It's just a celebrity.
it's just a celebrities are human beings too.
Yeah.
They're human beings too, pretty much. I don't see why, you got to go mess up, nice marriage or whichever relationship because, oh man, you want to check off that box on your bucket list. Oh, I wanted to go on stage on Chris Brown concert. I want to go on stage on Harry Kelly concert or whatever.
Yeah.
Like why? Is it that important? Now, if it's something that you discuss with your man and he's like, yeah, cool, which is crazy to me.
Crazy.
Hella crazy to me.
I would love to go on stage and kiss Chris Brown. Are you okay with
that? That's sick.
But in the reverse, you got guys asking, let's add another girl to this thing. So like Polly.
The women also ask to be added to it too.
I guess.
And sometimes the women also want two guys too, or two guys one woman too, and she agrees to it. So what's the issue?
If it works for y'all, it works for y'all.
Hey, that's it, But moving right along, I'm pretty sure you've seen the thing on TikTok.
Yeah. Well, dang, I needed to look that up. I forget what the sizes mean. It's like A is like for something, B, C, D.
Yeah.
Like grades.
But you've seen it though, right?
Yeah.
What was your take to it?
I think it's dumb. I don't know. I just like I'm not really into looking at prints. I don't really like to see them in general. So like
Well, that's what y'all did already.
I mean like we see them, right? But I don't want to always like see them. Because I don't know. Sometimes it's distracting. Sometimes like, put that thing away. We're trying to like work, right?
Hold on, let me get something straight. You guys want to walk around, them get naked. They have problem. Will print. What does that make?
I can't speak for the girls that walk around half naked because I mean I don't do that. So I guess it's like trying to be okay. I don't know. It's trying to be free and comfortable in your skin. I hear what you're saying. It's just one of those things we're just gonna have to say is a double standard. Yep, and just leave it at that. Just leave it at that.
Okay, no problem. Well, I mean, there's a lot of people on TikTok a lot of women that say, well, all the men who are getting upset are because they're like in the A and Bs, and yeah, that's why they're being upset.
I do feel like also though, like you cannot just go based off of somebody's print. Like, yes, I have seen different size prints and like some are accurate, but like you can't always go based off of that. So I just think it's stupid to base it off of. I don't know. I just feel like I think this is just like one of those like little conversations that like somebody just kind of mentioned it. It became viral, so now people are talking about it. But it's like a thing that like I don't think people really truly think about this all the time. That's just me. I
Okay.
really don't think like.
Let's go back a little bit. We're not just gonna act like we didn't hear what you just said.
What did I
You
say?
said we're not gonna act like some of the prints are not accurate. What does that mean? What do you
Some
mean
of
by that? Like,
some of the prints are accurate.
what do you mean? How do you know they're accurate?
Some of the prints are accurate.
Okay.
We don't
Okay,
even
no problem.
but
Yeah, okay, no problem. We'll just take it literally for what is. Moving right
right along.
along. Man, please tell me you've seen Druski's Skit, the latest one.
This nigga does not miss. This man is so freaking funny. Oh my gosh. This man is so funny. Yes, that skit is hilarious to me. I did not find it offensive. I think it's in good humor. I feel like when someone does a job well, we can laugh at that. I thought it was great. I thought it was really funny. He hit all the mannerisms, This is organic. This is
It's
organic.
organic.
What did he say? I don't even know what the dog's name was, but and Pup, he needs an organic pup, whatever. I don't even know what they get at Starbucks, but I thought it was funny.
White conservatives are mad.
Big mad, big mad. And are we surprised? No. Do we
I am
think
though. I am. Why are they so upset? I am surprised by it. What's the issue?
because they like to make fun of other people, but they can't take a joke themselves? That's why they're mad.
Got it.
But honestly, I don't know what was really disrespectful about it. I think a lot of people are trying to say like, oh, it's like white face, like he painted himself a different race, and that's not fair. First of all, Druski is biracial. He like posted a picture of his white grandpa, so he was like, this is my heritage too. So I feel like that kind of knocked something. I think they were also thinking it was directly like talking about Erica Kurt and that we shouldn't make fun of her because she's this widow and she's so sad, da, 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 da. But he didn't say anybody's name. He just did mannerisms. So again, if the shoe fits, we're like, especially like in the last skit, right? All those pastors that were getting mad and trying to speak out when he did the skit about the mega churches, like if it didn't hit, if this isn't you, you don't do anything like this, it doesn't resonate with you, then you're not going to get mad about it. But because the shoe fits, that's why you're so mad that it's uncomfortable.
Mhm.
So sit there and wear that shoe anyway. So that's why they're mad. Yeah, he didn't say anybody's name. He just showed exactly what they look like. And what's really funny is that at first, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was Erica Kirk. Everybody's thinking it's Erica Kirk, but then more videos I have been seeing, I'll have to send them to you. But more videos have been coming out like of different other conservative women that he kind of looks like. And I'm like, someone was like, dang, I thought this was another Druski skit, but it's like this other like Republican congresswoman somewhere, and she looks just like the Druski skit. And it just again shows you like it's not just Erica who acts like this. There are so many others. So he had a lot of references to choose from.
Now the man did his thing, and shout out to his makeup team, man.
Man,
So no, shout out to them, man. Because what?
right on point. I mean, they were right up there with like white chicks makeup. Like his makeup team is top notch.
Funny enough, I did not know so somebody online I'll find that photo and put somewhere here. That Druski's father, son, and mother, I think, where this latest one he's a woman there. Then he had another skit where he actually is a young white hood like YN. Yeah, like I gotta show it to you. And then there's another one where the one where he did in the NASCAR thing. I think I showed
you. Yeah.
That one, yeah. So he got 3 dads: father, son, mother.
Damn.
Hilarious. Just straight hilarious. I mean, it's comedy, man. You guys just laugh and get it over with. Just laugh. Matter of fact, we have to select the people like Druski. Every time we do something, don't feel offended. Just laugh. Same as when you guys have your own, that whatever they say, yeah,
just laugh.
Just laugh. They'll say it and then they'll come back and apologize and they will act like it's just another day and we'll keep it moving. So this one, you guys actually don't need an apology because they were not even aiming at nobody. You know what I mean? Nobody. It was just he was just doing his comedy. Unfortunately, somebody feels like it was targeted towards them. Again, like Hannah said, if the shoe fits,
Wear it.
wear it.
In it. And I was just looking
Wear it.
up quick, like for all the people who are like, oh, well, if it was reverse, wouldn't y'all get mad about that? Like if somebody did blackface, wouldn't they get canceled, right? I feel like no, if it's done correctly, if it's comedy and it's done correctly, then it'll be okay. So Robert Downey Jr., I feel like I saw this movie so long ago. Have you seen the movie Tropic Thunder? Okay, yeah. Well, you'll put a picture of him. And he plays a black guy. And Robert Downey Jr. does it really, really well. And he did the whole movie. And it was a great role. And like, no one was mad at him. No one said it was like blackface. Well, we might have some people, right? A small, because in every group, there's always a small minority. But for the most part, there was really like no hate, no backlash on him for doing his thing because he did it well. It wasn't offensive. It was just comedy done well. And so I feel like in Druski's case, same thing. It was comedy that was done well. I don't think I didn't see anything that someone could say that is really offensive. Because what did he do? He just did like a press conference that had like the little blowy lights or whatever. He just did like some mannerisms. He did some dancing around. He went to Starbucks. And now he did say something at the end, but that was actually like a line that was taken from somebody who said that. So he used somebody's words that they said. I don't know what was offensive.
Like I always say, right? You want to feel offended it's because you really want to be offended. So it is what it is. It is what it is. The Skit is out there already. Enjoy it. Matter of fact, save you one just in case the internet decides to crash. At least you have one saved up. All of you who are upset, save one just in case today, AI and his boss decide that, for supper, we'll eat up all the human data. At least you have one saved up in your vault. So yeah, because you need it. Matter of fact, save it twice. One in your hard drive, one in your RAM, so that it could easily be accessed, or it could be hardly accessed, whichever one. We are encouraging you guys to save it. Nonsense. Moving right along.
Wait,
yeah. Okay.
You sent something that was like T-Mobile is suing him.
Yes. That he might possibly lose $1 million endorsement because of that.
What do you think about that?
That is just dumb. Because of what? What is he losing an endorsement over? Like, because of what?
It's not a scandal. It's not a definite. I mean, like, yeah, I don't understand what would be the breach in the contract. And also, if T-Mobile does that, then I feel like they're shooting themselves in the foot. I just feel like people, I don't know why so many of these companies have become so political. Like, give us phone service and hush, right? We don't need to know what party you vote for, Give us the phone service and call it a day. Give us whatever thing, but you don't have to make a political stance. Anyway.
Agreed. I mean, again, you're pulling the $1 million on the word round. And he did what to who? So why did you take it when he was laughing at the pastors and all whatnot? Why did you take it? Why are you taking it this time? The world we live in. And some people still say there are no favoritisms and things like that. All the isms is,
they're still there.
This one breaks my spirit. We'll play a little snippet of the video right here for you guys to watch. But it's this exchange between a woman and the police where she ended up getting arrested over
a ticket.
Well, she littered, right? Littering. Literally, the cop handed her over the ticket and said, hey, can you go to this and third? And she throws it out. He opens the door. She yanks it out because she was littering. And because she had worked up that nigga's nerves. She had worked up his nerves so much that...
That's why.
He was fed up.
That's why he pulled her. Like, because, okay, y'all, for real, yes, I'm not gonna sit here and say that she was in the right for everything that she did, because no, she pissed him off. Okay, I'm gonna give the cop that she pissed him clean off because she was being kind of short, rude, and who wants to be stopped by a cop to get a ticket, right? But anyway, so she's being rude. Yeah, like AK said, he comes over, he's like, all right, here's your ticket. Da, da, da. He's like, first of all, do you want the ticket? She's like, no. And then he's like, well, I have to give you the ticket, so take the ticket. So, girl, why would you reach for the ticket and then try to shoot out and then be like, oh no, you threw it out anyway. So she's already doing stuff that's like you're already being like petty, right? But where the cop was petty, y'all, is because here this woman threw the ticket out. He said, you just littered. You're under arrest. I said, what? Since when is littering offensible by arrest? Being arrested for littering a paper, a
Yeah.
ticket? Okay, but yes, it's a paper. You're telling me that all these people that litter on the side of the road, you just didn't catch any of them to arrest any of them, but like this anyway. So I think that he arrested her or it escalated because he was already, but then she could have she had so many times to de-escalate it. Why are you looking at me like that?
He was already angry. What are you talking
He
about?
was.
What are you talking about? Exactly where?
Where was the cop angry?
Yeah, before. Where? Where was he
He
angry?
was angry because she was making him mad. She's like giving him short answers, right? So now, since she threw the ticket out, now that's just like, that was like his last straw. And I feel like, yeah, he was angry at all her disrespect. I feel like he was like, I'm going to show her that she can't just treat me how she wants to. I'm going to arrest her. Like, I feel like that's what happened. Because who else do you arrest for freaking littering? You give them a fine and you keep it moving. Oh, you dropped your ticket. Ma'am, that's littering. I'm gonna have to give you another one. Boom, keep it moving, right? But why was the arrest needed, right? So then you're trying to arrest her. Now you're opening her door, which you're not allowed to do. Now you're, trying to pull her out the car, which yes, you did ask you need to step out of the car. But again, the whole arrest in the first place is already BS. So I can understand partly why she's digging her heels in because like this isn't even a valid arrest. I'm not like this is not a valid arrest. She's asking for a supervisor, she's asking for somebody higher up. At first he was like, "Oh, I can go get the supervisor." Then he said, "Oh, wait, I am the supervisor." And suddenly he's the highest calling official. Nigga, you have somebody above you. Everybody has somebody above them.
They were off
Everybody
work.
has somebody above them.
They were off work. But I could not see. This is
Thing
the thing, right?
doing is
This is,
somebody on the call.
this is the thing, right? This is the thing. Eh? You cannot have your cake and eat it. You know that saying, right?
I feel like the officer, they have more responsibility in some ways than she does because they're held to a higher standard, right? They are held to know how to de-escalate a situation, how to do things, how to not aggravate something more to make the situation go more haywire, right? Does she have responsibility? Yes, I'm not negating any of that, but I'm always going to hold an officer that's been trained, that has to go through police academy, whatever the crap that kind of program is. They go through all this training, right? Let me see the training in action then, right? De-escalate the situation without giving somebody like, because at the end of the day, you're really going to tell your sergeant, oh yeah, I arrested this woman for littering because she gave me attitude and then she littered in front of me.
So please tell me then. No. To answer your question, no. So please tell me, what should a cop do to you if he's giving you a ticket and you throwing it out the window and he picks it up, he gives it to you, and he picks it up, he gives it to you? What should a cop do?
Like I said, I feel like, okay, I would have said like, okay, the first time she threw it out, I would have been like, ma'am, that's littering. First of all, I'm not a cop. Okay. So let me not pretend I went through cop school. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what the parameters are. And that's what the point is. I don't know what the necessary due process was in that situation, but I feel like a fine would have been warranted, right? And then if you want to play tag, lady, we could play tag with these tickets. Boom. And then, you know what I mean? If you really don't want it, that's on you. But guess what? I already have your VIN number. I already have your insurance. I already can put the points on your license. You know what I mean? And for maybe a little razzle dazzle, I might add an extra point because that's where I'm petty, right? But I'm not going to pull you out of your car and say that you're arrested because you littered in front of my face and now my pride, my ego is hurt.
I agree with you there. I agree with you there.
Okay, what you doing? If somebody threw the ticket out in front of your face.
Let's first of all agree that I don't agree with you with your stance about the situation. Let's first of all agree that. You understand? So there's no
Okay, so how would the situation go if you were the cop, right? So you pull a lady over. She's like, I'm going home. She's like being short with you, right? And you're like, you want the ticket? No. Now. And then, you get
so
the
see,
ticket.
so see, so see, she could have her stink attitude all she wants, which was terrible. You know what I mean? Which was terrible. When it comes down to the ticketing part, just take your ticket and go. So if she
Right.
left that ticket, then what was supposed to happen? What was supposed to happen? If he left it there too, what was supposed to happen? That's lit. They're both littering. And being that you did that, that means you have no concept whatsoever of the law. The law is above you, and it does not work that way. Nobody is bigger than the program. Nobody's bigger than the program. Well,
Yes.
some people,
Some
some
people
people,
are bigger than the
some
program.
people that can even count with the hands with
Yeah.
money. Yes.
But okay. And like
Oh,
I said, I
wait,
don't
hold
know the
on,
law.
hold on. But that is my last point here, and then you go. See, let's put everything else aside, right?
For real.
That's a terrible mom.
She is.
And I don't want to, and I'm not saying that from, who she is in general, but I'm just judging from that particular moment because just in the spirit of,
You have your son.
yeah, you have your son, you know what I mean?
Front
What's going on?
seat.
You have your son, and like,
And you're
like,
doing
like,
all
like,
this.
like right in the front seat, you got a first row seat to this. What are you teaching that man? What are you teaching him? So when he's outside by himself now, he should think that this is an okay behavior. It's an okay behavior. You know what I mean? So anybody who is over there supporting this, yeah, knock your head a little bit because maybe some screws are loosened, just so that the screws could go back inside and you could think properly because ain't no way you could sit and say, this is a normal thing. Now, when a cop put their hand on the woman, I don't condone that. But at the same time, somebody is a law. First instinct is not, let me see how far I can push this person. That should not be the first thing that comes to mind. Let me see how far I can push this person.
I don't think she's thinking, let me see how far I can push him. I think she's thinking, I think she's thinking like, not that she's sticking up for herself and her rights, but more that like, yeah, that she's like advocating, right? I think she's like coming from a standpoint, I've seen how cops act. I'm not going to be one of these victims. I don't know. I feel like it's more of a not like a defiance in terms of like I don't know. I guess I don't know how I'm trying to articulate it, but I don't think that she's thinking let me see how far I can push this guy. I think she's thinking I'm sticking up for myself and I'm going to show my son what it's like to stick up for yourself while being black in America getting pulled over by a white cop. I think that's kind
The
of like
very
where
first thing that comes out of your mouth is attitude.
I listen, I'm not advocating for her. I don't know where her I just feel like I think she's coming from it like I said, like from a defense mode. Cops, she's seen how cops act. She's seen how they act towards us, right? So she's already kind of like anticipating that this is going to be a negative experience. And so she kind of already manifested that in starting it off as a negative thing, right?
It should be a lesson for us human beings then. You know what I mean? They say that what you manifest happens. What you manifest happens.
What
If
you think
she was
about
manifesting this particular thing, it happened. And now I cannot sit here and be feeling sorry for her because of her stupidity. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. Who supporting this nonsense? I don't pray this happen to you, but I pray it happens to you so that you can shut up.
Well, I don't think anybody's really supporting it. I don't know. I think that I think we can all, and then let me not speak for everybody. I think we can see that she was in the wrong, but I also, let's not take away that the cop was also in the wrong. But I was thinking, AK, because you were asking about this ticket thing and littering. I was thinking, I didn't know if maybe with her not accepting the ticket, if she could claim that she never received it, but then there was one part where he was like, "Are you going to accept this ticket?" And she said no. And he was like, "Okay, I'll mark that you refused." So again, I guess I'm wondering, well, why was it so? If she said that she refused the ticket already and you made it known, why was it so pressing to arrest her for throwing the ticket out?
Right.
So I just think that both parties agitated the situation. I think she started it, right? And was like escalating that fed into him getting mad and then he escalated it more. And there was one part too, sorry, then we can move on. But I guess the part that made me the most upset was like, okay, so he opens the car door, he's trying to pull her out, right? She's arguing, da da da. He goes, just take the ticket and leave, right? And I felt like that was her, like, if you don't see any other out, that moment right there was like her out. You could have literally just, he said, just take the ticket and leave. And she kept arguing. She kept doing stuff. Her son was like, Mom, just take the ticket, da da da. Da. She kept, running her mouth. And then she was like, okay, fine, I'll take the ticket. And then he was like, no, we're past that point. And it's like, girl, you did this to yourself. You did
Yep.
this to yourself. So
Yep.
yeah, it's really discouraging to see. It's really hard to watch. Because I mean, it's hard to watch in general, but then also it's like you see how, yeah, this is probably gonna get used to say like, see how they treat us so bad. But it's like also, guys, we have to look at our part in how a situation is occurring and like what we do to lead up to that viral moment of him pulling her out of the car.
And now she's suing. Tell me.
Bruises on her body, the emotional damage, all that good stuff.
Okay. Well, I mean, if it was all that good stuff, she could have just been respectful.
But I think that's also like I think people sometimes think that we can treat others however we want, like just because we're in a bad mood or something. I'm like speaking to myself, but like, yeah, you can't just treat people however you want and think you can just get away with it because that other person is supposed to be better or more responsible, right? Like, I think that other person who is in a position of power, so a cop, they should be more responsible, right? But we shouldn't also, as civilians, assume that cops are going to be nice to us or treat us well, even when we're disrespecting them and doing all this stuff. So I think, like, let's all treat each other nicely. Let's all talk with respect.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know when I leave my house and I'm going, I told God, say, taking me out, bring me back in. But most importantly, if I have an encounter with a popo, please don't let his gun be the first thing he resonates to. My God, Lord Jesus. I know anything we can discuss, we can figure it out, like man to man or man to woman or, whichever. Please let him know it's the gun. Let's just talk it out
I know.
because they
I
got it.
stopped once and I was like being real, like, okay, officer, I have my hands on my wheel. And he was like, all right, license and registration. I was like, okay, officer, I need to reach over to my passenger seat. My wallet is, and he was like, just grab it. And I was like, okay, I'm reaching over to grab it. He like rolled his eyes. I'm like, I'm not getting shot because you don't know what I'm reaching for. And no, what? I know y'all don't think I'm brown, but they know that I'm brown. Okay. So I don't want anybody thinking no type of thing. So, okay, I'm giving it to you now. I'm reaching slowly. There you go. I'm putting my hand back on the wheel.
They thought you were brown because you were trying to act brown.
Where's how do I close this? How do we just turn this off? And recording is over. Thank you for another episode. If you tuned in, you're a real one.
Nah, but also real though. Like we need to watch watch what we try to teach our young ones. You know what I mean? Especially in this outside, in this day and age where, mothers, sit and pray for their young men to come back home or their husbands to come back home and not, be entangled in some one or two things out here, you know what I mean? Type shit. So it just baffles me that a mom like this would sit and decide to go toe to toe with a cop over the word that you have. See, just do it by yourself or no problem. So that if in case bullets start flying, which bullets have no direction, God forbid it hits you, but
Right.
at
least your son is still safe.
Yeah.
But risking his life, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I think that what I feel like I'm seeing is that parents forget that they always have to be a parent, right? Like I think that they're so used to like wanting to like live their life and be like, oh, I'm gonna have fun. I want to do like my own thing. That you forget like that you have a whole other human that's like watching you and learning from you and picking up the things that like even if you don't think that they're soaking it in, they're soaking it in. It doesn't matter if they're just 3 years old versus 8 years old versus a teenager. Like they're soaking in your responses, how you interact with people. And I think that people often forget that. Or I think it's that a lot of people, we don't have enough emotional intelligence or enough emotional regulation That's what it really is. Because everybody's crazy now, right? Like everybody, we just pop off on each other. That's what it really is. Y'all don't know how to regulate yourselves. You know what I mean? Y'all get angry. We blow up at people. We just start talking crazy out of the side of our neck. And then you're in this moment and you're talking hot and you don't even realize that you got your 4-year-old right there. And now 4-year-old just learned a new curse word, the F word, because they heard mama drop it like 5 times on the phone talking to her nigga. You know what I mean? So I just feel like we don't know how to regulate ourselves. Sorry, that was a crazy scenario, but you know what I mean?
For sure. I was not ready for that last part. That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, oh God. She'd not even get registration of the car. She said, oh, I don't know where it's at.
Yeah, she said something like, I need to get caught up on the laws. Like everything she said, like even when she was in the wrong, she was like gaslighting him and making it like sound like he was a dumb one. I'd be like, girl, first of all, I don't need this attitude. Also, I recommend y'all letting people know when people are talking to you crazy because I think people need to again hear that, right? Like I do that in my job. This one of my coworkers one time tried to like, I came in, I didn't even clock in yet, right? She said, right in my ear. I said, first of all, I need to clock in if you're going to be talking like this. So let me clock in. I said, second of all, I can't understand you. I can't hear you when you talk like that. I need you to come at me soft. I need you to come at me smooth, gentle, low tone, slow. What you got to say? And ever since, she's come at me nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay? I have a question. Is now a good time? Yes, thank you. Thank you. Now is a great time. I can hear you. We can have a conversation
Right.
like this,
Right.
right? Even people with brain injuries. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to help you because I can walk. Sometimes they have to know. Listen, you can't just talk to me crazy. What? I don't care if you have a brain injury, spinal cord injury. No, be nice to people. So sometimes I think that we, in turn, when somebody talks to you crazy, I think you should let them hear that. Wow, that's a weird way that you said that, huh? I had a patient one time. I'm sorry, this is a little segue, but again, nasty conversations. She said she was missing her leg. It got amputated, right? And I'm trying to like tell her like let's try to do this, let's do this, da da da, right? And she said, sometimes, Hannah, I just wish I could take your wet leg away and see how it feels to you. I said, oh, what a nasty thing to say to somebody. What a horrible thing to say to somebody when I'm trying to help you out. I said, do we need to cancel this session? She said, that was nasty, wasn't it? I said, yes, that was very nasty. That was very rude. You know what I'm saying? When I'm going to help you, listen, say less. We can cut this thing short. Insurance is already paid. So anyway, don't let people talk nasty to you and don't talk nasty to other people. And we can live.
There's nothing like happily ever with some people. There's nothing like that. You put on live happily ever. You just live at odds. Matter of fact, you just learned, you're at odds, but you just learn to just live, and not bother each other.
Mm-hmm. And that's all right too. We can be
and that's all right too, yeah.
We don't have to be best friends. Exactly. I don't have to listen. I don't need to know all your life. I can do a hello, hello. Have a great day. You too. Thank you. And we can keep it moving, right?
Keep it cordial. Keep it neat. Keep it clean. What's the next one? The next one is don't stress me. The lady called eyes on those guys was arrested.
She thought she did one. She really thought, okay, so for y'all who don't know this video, this woman, she hired these migrant workers to basically do like a ton of repairs like on her roof and like around her home, right? And then the bill came, it was about 10K, and she said, bring, 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 ICE. We have some illegals here, go ahead and take them away. Trying to get out of paying for the bill. And yeah, like Uncle AK said, that girl going to prison for felony, for extortion. What was it? Extortion or something like, but yeah, basically it was a plot. It was a scheme. She knew what she was going to do.
$10,000. Felony charges, migrant exploitation, and extortion of financial gain in the U.S.
How much was it?
$10,000, over a $10,000 bill.
Yeah, she thought.
That's just...
That's wicked. It was kind of smart. I'm not gonna lie. If to have so much hatred, right? If you're gonna have hatred in your heart and try to like win one over on the system, try to play it, see if it works for your favor, that's a big gamble. But big gambles come with big risk,
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't
Um,
work out in her favor.
um, yeah, forget that.
Racism is expensive though, and they will soon find out.
Racism is expensive.
It is.
Explain that, please.
So a lot of the things that are kind of like wrong or that we're facing in America, stem from racism. So like, let's start with college tuition. College tuition used to be very, very, it was like free or very, very affordable. And then white people did not want Black people getting an education. So they started making tuition non-affordable, and now it continues to skyrocket. Now everybody has to get, like, not everybody, but a lot of people have to get student loans, and it does. So in that way, like, we could have just kept it, low cost for everybody, but because they didn't want Black people getting it, they made it more expensive. Same thing with, like, reason why there's not universal health care here is because they don't want Black people like getting health care. So what are ways that we can kind of skirt, and now we're in the healthcare system that we're in. So people are finding out that racism is really expensive. They think it's okay when it doesn't affect you, but eventually these policies affect us all.
Collectively.
That racism is expensive.
That's facts. That's a good way to put it. I totally agree with you on that one. Yep.
We got anything else? We went through a lot.
Yeah, went through a lot. Man, one last one, man. One last one. I cannot. Anyways, let me watch this video again. Wait, what's my phone? I gotta play this so you guys hear it, okay? I gotta play this so you guys hear it. Give me a second real quick. When I message right now.
If you're with someone, you're going to get an oil change. Oil change is $150. They only give you $100. You didn't ask for the money. You didn't ask for it. But they gave you a half gesture. So
you tell him how much these things cost.
Yeah, if he'll ask you like, hey, how much is the oil change?
And you will say 150 and he'll send you 100.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Are you married?
About to be.
So what's the problem? You already signed up.
Appreciative of his gesture because he didn't have to do it.
So why is the correction not with your acceptance, but with his action?
Yeah.
But I have an issue with a man that I'm telling is $150 and he's giving me $100. So now I'm thinking about your leadership. Now I'm thinking about other ways that you're going to short me. Now I'm thinking about how you also going to be frugal and petty and penny pinch in other departments, right? And so it may not be a heart wound, right? This is just baseline reciprocity. Why is it that I'm showing up for you fully, but you feel the need to give me 100 on 150? You're literally telling him the price and he's giving you a portion of it. So I want to know, where's the rest of it, baby? Because when you're in my household, you're going to leave my household, right? And you're going to provide a covenant for me. And you want me to respect you and lead, right? And you want me to be submissive. Where is my other $50?
Thank you. Thank you. If you're with someone.
Oh my gosh. Yuck. No. Okay.
Where is the remainder of my $50?
First of all, none of the money was even yours to begin with, right? Because, like you said, he did it out of the kindness of his heart. It was a good gesture. You called it a half gesture, but it was a good gesture. I don't want to be a pick me or whatever, but I don't really always feel comfortable accepting money from men because I don't want to like have strings attached, right? Now, if we're in a relationship, obviously is different. You can hand over the money. But also I do realize like everything you do is out of the kindness of your heart. So if I'm like, yeah, babe, I'm about to go get this oil change, and you're just like, oh, how much is it? Anything you send me is nice because the way I operate is I was already going to pay for it myself, right? Now, unless you took my car and you went to go get this oil change, like, but even that, I'm not going to, if you ask me to like for $50 for, like, I feel like we'll still work it out. I personally just don't feel like I have it. I have it for myself. I've been doing this for myself. Just because I get a man doesn't mean all of a sudden I'm a little kid now and I can't pay for anything. That's me. Maybe some other people are different and they think differently, but if he's already giving it to you out of the kindness of his heart, then take it. You're sounding very entitled for saying, where's the rest of my $50? Yes. Because none of this money was yours. All of this is his. So what are you saying? Where's my $50? Like, you worked for it, like you earned it, like. And then then too, the girl that was talking about providing in the household, and I'm thinking you're a cheapskate. No, to me, let me really think. If I said a bill was $100 and a man sent me 50, I really feel like I would be okay with that. Like, I'm really not trying to like gaslight myself. I'm really not trying to, I really feel I'm like, whoa, dang, thank you. I wasn't expecting that. Like, would it be cool if it was a whole 100? Yes, it would be. But like, I'm not gonna be like, where's my other 50? I don't know. That's crazy. That's
It's
why.
mad. The lady who was talking at the end there,
She's saying like, okay, you're saying that because a man doesn't want to pay the whole thing for this bill, that now you're looking at him sideways. But what else is he paying? Like, what else is he provide? Like, that's the only thing, right? Because she only gave us a snapshot, right? So we don't know what their living situation is. Is he paying the mortgage and she's living in his house? Is he paying her car note? Is he paying all this other stuff? And she's saying because he didn't give her an extra $50 we don't know the whole situation, right? So you're basing this off of a little snapshot that she said. And from that little snapshot of him not giving an extra $50, you have determined that he's not a provider and he's a cheapskate and that he can't take care of her. But what if, and I don't like to be tested, but also what if he in turn is saying like, can she take care of herself? If I give you this much, like, can you also take care of yourself? Can you not? I mean, I don't know. I feel like women, what do we want? Do we want to be independent and not need a man? Or do we want to rely on them and have them pay for everything? Which one do we want? Because it's very confusing. We want to be independent until once you're with a man, all of a sudden now you just lost your independence. You don't know how to do anything for yourself. You can't pay a bill. You don't know how to look at a gas, but you don't know how to do anything for yourself anymore. I don't know.
yeah.
That's sad. And then if he leaves you, then you're mad. Like, I don't, what have we fought for then? Because what it sounded like is we want those old rights where we were under our husband's protection and they were paying for everything. And we just sat at home, not just sat at home because we were doing a lot, but that's what it's sounding like. But then here's the movement where, but no, we're independent and we want to be free and we got this and we don't need no man. Which one?
Oh, God. Listen, 50-50 you don't want. They give you 60-40 you don't want. Sometimes they even give you 100%, you still find a way to complain. What's the issue? Anyways, in their right mind, in this outside right now, we're so entitled thinking that because you said, oh, I'm about to go get my nails done, that means a man is supposed to give you the full amount. Yeah, I don't know what to term that, but just enjoy in your privilege for that, you know.
I think even assuming that, like, sorry to cut you off, but even assuming when someone says like, oh, how much is it, right? Because like, yes, when someone asks how much something is, part of my brain does go to like, ooh, are they about to pay for it? But sometimes people are just curious, right? And like, if that's your boyfriend and you're getting an oil change and he's like, how much is it? Maybe he's also just trying to make sure you're not getting scammed. So like for you to even start thinking like, oh, he's about to send me money, I don't know. I just feel like the whole thing is just entitled.
You know what's funny?
50.
You know what's funny? It's so funny, right? It's so funny that, it's so funny how convenient. You as a woman, you will sit there, you ask a man 21 questions or 100 questions. Like, you're writing or like you're collecting data for God to go and give him to judge me, But what betides me to just ask you one simple question? Just one simple question. It's a whole big deal.
It depends what the question is.
It does not. It should not depend what the question is, because when you guys are doing your own questioning, it doesn't depend what the question is. You just go ahead and ask. It does not depend, does it?
I don't know. I just feel like, girls, we gotta bring it back in. It's getting a little ridiculous. It's getting a little like we're giving brokey vibes for real. Where is it? I don't know. Just, is there anything that we can pay for without our man? Us independent women that we said we were, right? We gotta reevaluate some things. I don't know. I think if a man wants to pay for something for you, it's a thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, that's thank you, right? But it's not, well, where's the rest? Well, it's missing this. Well, because anytime someone does something out of kindness of their heart, like now I do think, let me just say my little tidbit. I do think it's a little different if somebody's like, if I tell my man what I want specifically and you get me something else that's like lesser value, maybe, then I'm not gonna be mad. I might be mad. I'm not gonna lie. I might be mad or like disappointed, right? Because I told you what I wanted. So if I showed you like a certain piece of jewelry, a certain watch, a certain bag, shoe, whatever the case is, right? And you give me like the Walmart version or like your version, it's obviously not the same caliber as what I was wanting. I'll be like, oh, thank you. And then like some time go by, you do your little scratch. So what happened to the picture that I sent you? When I showed you that thing that I really wanted? What happened to that? Like that, because I painted the picture. I even sent you the link. All you had to do is, I even put it in your cart. All you had to do is put your credit card number. Then I would be a little.
Good for you, Paul. All I know is you guys keep enjoying your privilege. Keep enjoying your little privilege that, God has ordained for you. Your little your little double standards that, you benefit from a lot of times, enjoy it. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Y'all have double standards that y'all benefit from too.
We're not talking about us right now. I'm talking about women.
Exactly.
We're talking about women. But yeah, we've hit a lot. I think that's a good solid hour or so. Yeah. So let's conclude. Wait, I do want to conclude like this. What was I thinking? Where's my phone? My mobile cellular device. Come here. I can't find it. I want this end. But anyways, that's cool. Oh, excuse me. All right. In conclusion, what you got? Well, first of all, shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the women out there. Last day in the month of March. Shout out, Women's History Month. Shout out to you guys. Keep being great. Keep being fabulous. For those who just like showing nakedness, please reduce it. You guys are great. Praise the Lord, for the journey that you guys have been. You guys have made this far. You guys keep going. Keep being strong. Please stop the divide among yourselves. We just watched some video not too long ago of a group of women who went out to eat, and then instead of paying the tab, they started fighting and stabbing each other. It's not that deep, man. I looked at it and I've seen all of you guys' wigs and weaves. I've seen your wigs and weaves in multiple different colors. You know what I mean? And all the banks, coming down. Coming down. I was like, wow, look at these classy babes. But here they are fighting over food. And most of all, this is a good opportunity to take an education of your fellow sisters who refuse to eat at home and think that they want to go and eat outside. Please eat at home. Eat at home.
You don't have money, stay home, or let somebody know before you go out that you don't have no money. Let somebody know. And if they can handle it, cool. If not, they're going to say, okay, we'll catch you on the next round.
Yeah. You're not going to disgrace yourself.
Okay. You don't have to always go out. Stay home. Stack up. It's okay.
At the end of the world. But yeah, I think that's conclusion.
My conclusions. Oh, we talked about a lot. I'm gonna say don't talk crazy to people, and hopefully they don't talk crazy back. If they do talk crazy to you, let them know that they're talking crazy, right? Let them hear it. Sometimes they reevaluate, sometimes they don't, and then proceed as you will with that information. What else did we talk about? We talked about y'all, if you're married, talk to your partner, right? Figure out if y'all have a pass, if there's a celebrity pass, if there's a stripper pass, if there's a regular schmegular person pass, find out. But if there's not a pass, honor your marriage, and also don't disrespect your partner right in front of them as they're in the front row of this concert watching you look another person's face. So that's not good. We talked about setting a good example for our kids. Learn how to emotionally regulate yourselves. Like let's let that be in this next quarter, right? We just finished our first quarter of 2026. Tomorrow is April 1st. Start the second quarter. Maybe in this quarter, we learn how to reflect. We learn more about our emotions, how to respond to people. Yeah, regulate yourselves. I think that's all I have.
Yeah, I agree. Totally and completely agree. What else do we have in that stuff? Oh yeah.
Don't try to pull one
Yeah.
over on the system and try to scam people because you don't want to pay a $10,000 bill because you can go to prison.
Oh yeah, definitely. And also too, if someone is going to help you out, either half of your bill or 60 and you do 40 or 70 and you do 30, just be grateful.
Accept the help, man.
Yeah.
Accept it.
Just
You were
say
going to
thank
pay 150 anyways. That's $100 save. Look, let's just be right there. You just saved $100.
Yeah.
Be happy. Be grateful. You were going to pay for it anyway.
Anyways, and just say thank you. Yeah.
Just thank you. That's
Yes.
a good man, Savannah. That's a good man.
So anyway, shout out to Tutu. You know what I mean? You missed a great episode. Hope to catch you in the next one. Yeah. This was some good episode to take to get your take, especially the Druski one. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. Again, speaking of the Druski one, smile, ladies and gentlemen. Just smile. You know what I mean? Like, we have enough problems right now. And I know when you go to a gas station, you're looking at that gas pump, you're like, just smile. Remember, I told you to download this Druski video. You can always go in the back of your pocket. You take it out, and while you're at the pump, I know your ass's network is not working. It's not working. You know what I mean? When you're at the gas station, you don't have network. So if you download it on your phone, you can access it from your phone without network. So you go ahead and do that. And thank me later. Anyways, Hannah is here. I am here, Uncle AK. And Tutu, catch us on the next one. Shout out to her. And we are the PWC crew. Follow us on all social platforms at PWCcast. And smash the subscribe button for weekly notifications. We'd love to hear from you. And if you got a business that you want to advertise or you want to join us, for some episode, some hot takes, let us know, man. We'll love to host you. Yeah, man. Talking too much. Have a great rest of the week. Peace. Thank you. And bye.
Happy Easter.
Oh, yeah. Duh. Happy Easter, y'all. Happy Easter. Yeah, happy Easter, man. Don't break too many Easter eggs. You know what I mean? I don't even know how Easter eggs became. Well, it was, but anyways, we out.